Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here with 8th grade track coach Alex. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Um, so, do you coach both the boys and girls, or just or what?
Yeah, it's both the boys and the girls, so it's co-ed.
And would you say your program's just as big as the high schools, or is it a little smaller?
It's definitely smaller than the high school. This is actually the first year that Chelsea has a middle school track team, so just kind of getting started. Hopefully it'll get bigger and bigger as the years go on.
And have you coached before this?
I've coached the middle school cross-country team in the past. We've had 3 seasons of that, so this is our first year doing track.
And were you just like the first person they thought of to like make the head coach, or like, just like what happened in that process?
I think when I applied to be the cross-country coach, I had applied to be an assistant coach for the high school, and then they had started the middle school program, so then they were just looking for someone to kind of take that on, and I said that I would do that.
So this is the first year. Has the season already started for you guys?
Yeah, the track season started last Thursday. We had our first meet.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I don't know if the high school and theirs is different schedule. So
Yeah.
How did you guys do in your first meet?
It was good. We had a lot of fun. The other schools have a lot more people, so we only have about 8 kids on the team. A lot of the other schools had like 30 or 40 kids, so it was very different. But it was fun. All the kids did a really good job, worked really hard, tried some new things out.
So in terms of like that 8 number, is that 8
Yeah.
just for the entire program?
Yeah, for the whole team, all of us. Yeah, it's small.
I just have to process that.
Same.
Okay. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just
No.
I'm just
it's
like,
small.
wow, it's
Small but mighty.
small but mighty. I like that. Are you guys like trying to recruit heavily in the elementary schools?
Yeah, I actually teach at one of the elementary schools, so I've been telling my kids to join, or my students to join cross country and track next year, right, when they go into middle school. But it's hard because so we're trying, doing our best to get the word out.
And how are you guys in terms of like budget and everything? Is you get again that's going to be very small, and your plan
Yeah.
is to get it larger every year.
Right. Yeah. I actually don't really know what the budget is like. I just ask our athletic director if I need anything, but we don't really need, we use the same uniforms and stuff as the high school, which is really nice. It's kind of like all works together pretty easily, so we get to use a lot of the stuff that they have, which really helps out.
And so you guys get equal time in the weight room, just like anybody else.
Yeah, they actually all practice together. So 2 middle schoolers just went off with that group doing a workout. So it's kind of nice they get to all work together with the high school. So if the middle school sprinters are with the high school sprinters, and then they'll do a workout together.
And that helps them get adjusted to when they do inevitably go to high school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little bit of a step up.
And you'll try to continue that for as long as the program goes.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
think it
say
works.
as long as it goes,
Yeah,
because
right.
it should go for a long time. Because every school, I think, should have a track team.
Yeah.
Middle school, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think eventually, if the middle school team gets too big, we might have to think about something different. But for right now, I think the size leads to it working well like this.
You the only coach, or is there more than just
There
you?
is an assistant middle school coach, and she also does a lot of work with the hurdlers for the middle school and the high school. So that's kind of her focus, is working with the hurdlers.
I don't know how you guys jump over those things.
Yeah, I don't jump over them. That's why someone else teaches them how to jump over them.
Yeah, I think I almost broke my leg trying to jump over one of those freaking things because they were so close together.
Yeah.
Went almost face first into the one after that.
Yep. Yeah, it's a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Did you do track before you were coaching, like when you were in high school and stuff like that?
I did track like in middle school actually, and then I ran cross country all through high school.
Was it a very good experience?
Yeah, it was good. It was great. I like loved running in high school, so that was part of the reason that I decided to come back out as a coach.
Well, I'm gonna guess. So was that like early 2000s, late 90s, around there?
When was I in high school? I graduated high school in 2011.
Jeez, now I sound like a complete jackass for saying.
No, it's fine. Honestly, I would rather people think I was older than younger. Yeah, I graduated high school in 2011.
Was it here?
No, I'm from Virginia originally, so it was at a school in Virginia. Yeah.
Is the weather the same?
No, it's much warmer.
Okay.
Not much warmer, but warmer.
So since you graduated, would you
Yep.
say that the amount of girls who have gotten into track has increased, or like stayed the same, or decreased?
Oh, geez.
Just from your perspective.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I think like I can think of my high school because I have younger sisters and they all ran through high school, and the team progressively got bigger and bigger as they were going through the program. So I'm hopeful that that trajectory stayed the same and there's more and more girls on the team, but I honestly don't really know. We do have more girls on the team than, at least for middle school. There are more girls than boys. It's not that different because there's only 8, but I think it's like 5 girls and 3 boys. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good gauge, I would say.
Well, you gotta start. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you say, in the short time that the program's around, you've already started any rivalries with any particular schools?
I don't think at the middle school level, really. It's mostly, I would say the coach's focus is just to get the kids kind of exposed to running, exposed to the different events, and let them sort of try out different things. In the high school level, there's a lot more rules on how many events you can run and different things like that. But at least our last meet, we kind of let anyone who wanted to run any event try it out, just to let them sort of get the hang of it. So it's a much more, it's not very, it's not like rivalries, I wouldn't say it's that. It's competitive, like the kids are all trying hard and want to, win their race or their heat, but it's not, like the meet's not scored or anything like that.
So it's like a gentleman's league, is that we're like, it's like
Yeah.
we're all into this together, but
Yeah.
we're all like going up against each other.
Yeah, I would say that's a much better way to describe it, yeah.
Jesus. And one of my biggest regrets is I didn't get into track sooner.
Yeah,
And
it's fun,
everything.
it's good.
But I mean, I puked a lot. I even won an award for that. I'm not kidding. All right. So do you guys have your own field, or do you also use the high school field?
We use the high school track, so when we hosted the meet last week, and it was at the high school track.
So are you guys planning to also have an indoor track team, or is the one you have just for outdoor?
I think this track is just for outdoor track. I don't know if we're planning. There's middle school basketball, which is really popular, so I don't know if they're planning on having a middle school indoor track team in the future. I'm not really sure.
Will you try to campaign for that, or is that just you're gonna take what you can get right now?
I think it would be kind of thinking about like the interest levels almost. If we can get the cross country numbers and the outdoor track numbers higher, maybe it would be beneficial to have a indoor season. But if this is such a small number, I think like a lot of the kids choose to do basketball, which is like a really fun sport in the winter. So I think it would just kind of be playing it by ear, seeing what happens as the program continues to develop.
Two more questions,
All right.
and then I can, I don't know, I can't keep saying skedaddle, because I gotta come up with something better. So, with, Jesus Christ. Jesus, that's crap out of it. Okay, reset. Is there any oh my god. Any questions I have not asked that you would like to highlight at this time?
No, I think you had some really good questions. So, kind of covered it all, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how's it going with, how did it go with the cross-country teams?
The cross-country teams were fun. I think that we had a really big team, in 2019, fall of 2019. A lot of those kids are actually on the high school team now, which is really exciting to see. And then we were supposed to start up track that spring, but that was March of 2020 when COVID started. So we didn't have a team then, obviously. Everything got canceled. And so that has kind of put a step back to the program. So once we were able to start teams again this year, it's just been like rebuilding. We had a much bigger program, and so just kind of getting back to that, getting the word back out. Because there's a lot of people who don't even know that we have a team.
What is the difference between, like, is there any difference between cross-country and track?
Yeah, so track is on the track. There are all the events, and you race them all on the track. Cross-country is more out in fields and things like that. You run, in high school you run a 5K, so 3.1 miles, and in middle school you run a 3K, so 1.6 miles, and it's a race like for Chelsea, the course is on Admiral's Hill, and it's like more in the woods and things like that. So you're not on a track, you're running like through fields and stuff. So it's a little different.
Alright, I was always wondering what was the difference between like cross-country and track and stuff like that.
A little different.
Alright, thank you again for doing this,
Yeah, no
Alex.
problem.
And I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, have enjoyed.
Yep.